friends, welcome back and let's learn about breadboards. This is a breadboard. It's a plastic board on which we can easily prototype electronic circuits. Now let's see the parts of a breadboard. A breadboard has many holes on it and these holes in the center are horizontally connected. But these holes on the side are vertically connected. The holes on the side which are vertically connected are often referred to as buses, and they're usually connected so that one of the buses goes to the positive side of a power supply and the other one to the negative side of a power supply, so that the power supply is accessible anywhere on the breadboard. Now let's see the internal parts of a breadboard. We learned that these rows of holes are horizontally connected, and you can see that they are connected using metal bars, and the buses are vertically connected using another set of metal bars. Some buses have a break in between them so that we can use the different parts of the breadboard with different power supplies. Now let's take a simple component such as an LED. If we insert the LED like this into the breadboard so that both its pins are on the same row of the breadboard, we can see that both the pins will be shorted out by the internal connections of the breadboard. But if we connect the LED like this, then we can clearly see that each pin of the LED will be going to a different metal bar. So this is a better way to connect it. There's also a gap in the center of the breadboard which separates the metal bars on one side from the other, and this gap is referred to as the trench. It's there so that if we want to insert a component such as this one, we can easily insert it like this so that each pin is connected to a different metal bar. But if we connect it like this or like this, some pins will definitely be shorted out by the internal connections of the breadboard. Now let's see the circuit that we had built in the last video. This circuit allowed us to turn on and off an LED using a switch. Now let's build a similar circuit on a breadboard. To connect the battery to the breadboard, we will use a battery connector connected with some wires so that you can easily connect those wires into the breadboard. We will be connecting the buses to the positive and negative sides of the connector. We are using this button here, which is the same as a switch, but it's connected when you hold it down or press it. We are using this button to bridge the gap in the bus so that when we press the button, this side of the bus is connected with this side, and the electricity from the positive terminal can reach this resistor. It then goes through this wire, which is a jumper wire. It can be used to connect any rows of holes on the breadboard. It's connected to the LED's positive end, and then the LED's negative end goes back to the negative terminal of the connector, and the connector is connected to the battery. Now let's see it in action. So we press the button and the LED lights up. We release the button and the LED stops lighting. It is very similar to the circuit shown here, but this one is not built on a breadboard, whereas that one is. We will be using breadboards in many different circuits in our next videos. So stay tuned and remember to subscribe.